Welcome, Wednesday night, 9:15 in the evening, Central European Time. Welcome all. Just had the Dutch episode really until 9:15, so really switching to English. And it's going to be a really nice streaming for the next hour, I think, with a lot of new information, stories about the koi hunt of last week, the junior koi show. We're going to have a nice night. Of course, it's a Q&A, so please write your questions in the top chat. If you don't want to write it in English and your Dutch is okay, then I can I will translate it for the rest of the people, and hope you're all there. The Dutch episode was really a lot of viewers again, so really happy about that, because then I know I do it for a big group of viewers, and also a lot of people will watch it later on. So these live streams are, and especially the English live stream, all over the world it's not the same time, so we have a different time. So a lot of people are watching this back, and they send me an email or a WhatsApp later on with questions. So I appreciate it that everybody is watching this episode, hopefully live, but also when it's on YouTube. Rolf is there. He was in the Dutch. He wasn't the Dutch episode. He was not there. Now he's here. Thumbs up for Stefan. Now for the channel, please. But it's still early, so a lot of people have to join still. But yeah, it's good to have the thumbs up. Gerbrand is asking, what's your experience about the Nexus 320 Plus? If the size of the pond is okay, if you don't worry about the current, about the flow, it's a really good filtration system. We started with 2. No, that's baloney. After a year or 5, 6, 7, we built it. Thank you very much. We built it 2 tanks, 2 35-ton tanks in our shop. And we had on the left tank, we had the Nexus 320 Plus. It's quite a while ago. And at first I was really satisfied about this, really happy about this filter. The filter was, because the tanks were 1.60 meters high, needed to be on an iron table where it was sitting on. And when the pond was getting a bit lower because of the weight, the filter was a bit too high. So the flow that was okay, but it's not like you can put easily 30,000 liters through it. It's really difficult. So and at one point it was about 12,000 liters per hour. And I didn't want that, so that's why we removed that filter, and we used, at that time, a bead filter, super bead. There were no drum filters or like that. That worked better because it's a closed system, so whatever the pond did, whatever the water level, that's also important. The water level does, it's okay. In our selling ponds, sometimes we wanted the water level a bit lower because new fish came in and we don't want it to jump out. And then the Nexus is, it's really too high to the level, and it doesn't have that much slack. So with a drum filter, if you place it a bit low, you have quite a lot of slack to to still have it running really well. So that's why we removed it. But I know a few people. Ed, maybe he's not here now, but he was in the Dutch. He has the Nexus. Maybe it's also the same. Yeah, it's also the same. The 320, and yeah, he's really happy. He's stopping with his. He's quitting his pond business, pond hobby, koi hobby. But so I know he's going to sell that Nexus, but he worked with it a lot of years and with really good results. Normally, I drink a bit of water between the live episodes, but it was not possible. Ed Francis, please check your email. So that is for Francis de Boef, als ik het goed uitspreek. Good evening. Priscilla, be nice to the butterfly. Yes, sorry. In the Dutch episode was someone that said, do you only have normal koi and don't have any butterfly? I think it was also because of the, if it was in the Asukari project, and we don't have a butterfly in the Asukari project. And I'm not a big fan of butterfly, but of course I respect everybody that has butterfly and likes it. It's not like, oh, don't get, but you cannot buy it here, but you can buy it maybe at other places. My experience, it's not because of the it's not only because of the looks, but it's also because we see a lot of problems with those koi in the ponds. So it's also a reason why I don't like koi like that. Gerrit Wolf is asking, did you buy some kujaku the last trip? Yes, we bought some, Gerrit, but I didn't show. I will show you later. Thomas says, I have a Nexus 320 Plus, and I think he's happy with that. I have good results, yes. Good evening. Anton. The Venus is asking me, can you please tell me a bit more about the yellowfish you just showed in the Dutch episode? I will try to find it again. Where did I? Maybe it's here. No, it's not here. Oh, sorry. Maybe it's here. Yes, it's here. The Venus is a koi fan, really high quality koi he has in his pond or swimming at dealer. And he is also really a fan of yellowfish. He has a beautiful Yamabuki swimming in the XXL tank. He has some, yeah, beautiful. This koi I showed him by the WhatsApp because I know he likes yellow. Hey, look at this koi. He said, nice, but I'm not. I don't have the wow effect. I don't have the like, whoa, what's this? And I understand what he is saying at that moment. This is a Konoko. Konoko is the. One moment, maybe I'll try to. Konoko. Nope. Go. Maybe here. One moment, because I cannot show without. I don't want to get a claim later on, because someone says, "Hey, you're using my my stuff." This is a. This is from Koi Question, so they should be happy with this. You can see the Arts logo here. You can see on this Asagi. Oh, now it's gone. Maybe it's still here. No, it's not here. Come on. You can see on this Asaki where I was looking at, but now it's gone. Here, Konoko Asaki. You can see the red dots really separate from each other. Like here, it's really good. You can see here, it's like in Japan, people are really, they really like Konoko. They see it as the sakura blossom, the cherry blossom. They see it like that. In Europe, it's not. Maybe it's getting better, but not all people like Konoko. Konoko Showa, Sanke, Asaki, and this is a Konoko Midori Koi, and that's really special. Good Midori Koi are quite rare, and then you have Konoko. It's really difficult to breed on it. It has to happen, and this is really a big, really special variety and a special feature on this koi. This koi in future will be really like wow. I already saw years ago one of these at the same breeder. This is Marusaka, 2 years older than this one, and it was really astonishing koi. At that moment, it's really difficult to buy, and at this moment it's still affordable. It's still this is reachable for many people, and it's really nice. I'm thinking now I have to show. I can maybe. I'm sorry. I have to try to find a. One moment. This is. You can see it on the internet. This is business changing koi for artisans, for Koi TV, for Koi House. This was not only for us, but also for the Maruju Koi Farm, business changing koi. At this moment, where this koi you can see now is not finished yet. This side is already better, the left side, but this is one of the first times I had a picture made a movie of this. This one, Konoko Showa, I bought at the Maruju Koi Farm. At that moment, record for myself for buying, as in amount of money, and there was a really big story about it. When it was 3, it was just up to 3. It was still a Showa, but Maruju said, or Shigeyoshi said, maybe this is something different, and every year it got a bit more Konoko. And when we got it to the Netherlands, it was really, really covered with the red spots. Don't mistake this with secondary red, please, because the intensity of the red is exactly the same as the red of the main the main red, the Benny. So it's exactly the same. It has nothing to do. I read a book somewhere. I think it was the Koi Bible. where the writer says it's like a secondary red, it's a mistake. I think koi, every koi variety is a mistake. It's like a coincidence, and this is really in Japan really favorite, really popular variety. So it was really changing. This was the first really big koi in our facility. 93 at the moment, 93, 95 at one point, and it's sold, of course. But yeah, it gave us a lot of promotion. It gave us a lot of good things. This is really good koi to show you. There's a really nice movie about this koi where I say Konoko goes Germany, and yeah, this was at that moment it's better looking, even better. So that. Oh, now I'm lost, not track, but I lost the picture of the movie. So this Midori Konoko has a beautiful body. It's big, and it's will develop better in a few years, and then it will be astonishing koi. So I can imagine, not at this moment, wow, but this will be in the future one of the wow koi. And this is also what the breeder said. It was not picked out a group of koi. This was the breeder had on a special event. He had this koi for sale. Like, oh guys, this is my best Midori, and it happened to be a Konoko Midori. So this is the whole story about this. I've got the wrong glasses now. Okay. So, oh, sorry, and I wanted to. Now, when it's moving, you can see it a bit better. Really beautiful koi. In the future. Midori. Okay, I hope I gave you the answer. Okay. Yep. Yeah, so that was that. I think you mean, yeah, the yellowfish, yes. Hello, Stefan. Does Aoki also join the project? Depends on, I don't know, not yet. I cannot say yet. De Konoko Showa die had en naar Duitsland is gaan. Yeah, it was a beautiful koi. So the Konoko, Remco is saying the Konoko Showa, he saw it in real life here in our shop. It was a really beautiful koi. Yeah, the body of this koi was amazing. The head was really beautiful, really young head. It became, it had a major prize at the Koi 2000 in the Broodfabriek Koi show, indoor Koi show. It had a major prize. It should have had also the Jumbo prize over there, but that was something different. But it got a major prize, so it was really, I was really happy with that. It got also a first prize on the Tokyo Koi show. It got, that was the funny thing, it got nothing, or maybe second prize on a koi show where half was European or not Japanese and half was Japanese, and they did voting. Okay, which koi are going to be, which one is going to be number one, and all the people from Europe were saying no, not this one, and they choose a really small Shishui, and all the Japanese judges said, oh, this is going to be the number one. So it was really a difficult situation for me at that moment. Hello, Beaky. I don't know what's that. Wim Verkesteren. I will translate for you. Stefan, since micromineral in the since I put a micromineral in the pond, my koi are more active, and they like to eat more good stuff. Thank you very much, Wim. That's exactly what I'm saying, that it's not only good for your water. The water will be really beautiful, but also the koi will be, the behavior is instantly different. Really relaxed, but active, but really relaxed. No scare. They really, really relaxed, and they eat more. They can handle more food. Yes, hello, Stefan. Ruud Jansen says, hello, Stefan. Yeah, the Hiutsuri, we couldn't find the Hiutsuri. I think it's not given away to someone else, but maybe it died, and that also happens in our shop, and not only in our shop, everywhere. And koi can die, and she liked the Hiutsuri better than the. Now he has a beautiful Oshiba, and I think when your wife is gonna get used to this Oshiba, and especially 1 year later, because it's Jumbo Tosai, this will be so tame, and I think it can become one of her most popular fish, because it really has a character, really tame, and will grow very, very fast. Ruud Jansen says, I've got a butterfly for sale if you want. So someone else was doing that. I will give it through. Agriel, what's the best method of maturing a new pond? Best method is, if you don't have any koi yet, then to feed the bacteria you want to get in your pond. So you need to feed them ammonia. You can buy it at the superstore, supermarket, and add like 50 or 150 ml per day put it in your pond, and then measure. After a week you start measuring your water values, and you can see first a peak of ammonia and nitrate, and then later on you will see, with the same amount you're putting in, the ammonia peak will go down, and after a while also the nitrate peak will go down. So that is really good solution if you don't have any koi. If you already have koi and you want to, you have a new pond, and the koi are sitting in a small quarantine tank or in a vat or something, then of course you have to put your koi in, because that's that's the best for the koi. Then please don't put any ammoniac in. They will put the ammoniac in the water, and please don't feed them at first. Just keep monitoring. Of course, add some bacteria. That's also with the empty pond. Put in Bacto Power, for example, and then you will see the also gonna get a peak, but that peak is not gonna be as high as the 150 ml you put in. Depends also on the size of the pond, of course, but the peak will not be as high as you do it yourself, and then you have to adjust. If the peak is getting too high with the koi in, you need to rinse a bit more, put some extra bacteria in. Keep an eye on your koi, because you don't want problems with parasites, bacterial infections, like that. So it's more difficult, but it's really important. Not first 2 weeks, don't feed your koi. Please let they produce ammonia by just peeing and breathing. So please first let the filter take care of that, and then after that you can easily feed, but just small bits, and then keep measuring every other day, every day if it's not really going well, every day. If it's getting better, every other day, and then at a one moment, once a week. Hi Stefan, you tell me after. Paul, 2-stroke. Hi, can you tell me after my fish are fed why they flash their flesh for about an hour after feeding? Yeah, that happens, and you get some mirroring, like, or they monkey see, monkey do. So if one starts, you will see other will also scratch. We have a tank with a window where it has a really nice ridge where koi like to scratch. And if one starts, the other one also starts. But there's a big chance because the eating costs a lot of energy. Feeding costs a lot of energy, and at that moment, so when they're in rest, they don't feel the itch, or they don't feel they have enough oxygen, everything. But if they're feeding, then it takes a lot of energy from them, and then they feel the itching or lack of oxygen. So please make a swab of your koi and check if there's any parasites on. If it's nothing like that, please check, for example, the oxygen level just before feeding and 15 minutes after feeding. And also measure the other water values, because if that's changing a lot, for example pH, if that's changing a lot, of course they will also do something like that. His wife, Ruud Jansen, his wife, was not neck. Yeah, Priscilla, no, yeah. Oh, I cannot. I said there's a new brand of food coming on the European market, and I cannot tell any more about this than this, because we are in negotiation with a Japanese brand to get the food. And not only I, but we tested already some food of that, because we could have we took 1 or 2 packages in our suitcase. We tested it. We did the big test with it, and it's really good food. And a lot of breeders use that as well, feed that as well. So we ask that brand to, if we can become like the agent, like we do for the Sensuke products, if we can do the dividing in Europe. So we're busy with that. If that's finished and everything is signed, I can tell you brand name and everything, and I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna put it on the market. If it's gonna be still produced in Japan, or if we can produce it in Europe, which many koi brands do, also from Japan, Japanese brands. Only Saki Hikari is one of the few brands that still is transshipped from Japan, shipped from Japan. But yeah, other like JPD, the normal Hikari is all produced in Europe. So that's possible, but you need to produce a lot. So we need some help from many people, and then when that's finished, I will tell you. I should have, I didn't, I would, I should have tell this in this episode and in the last Dutch episode. So I cannot say anymore. But it's going to be, it's a really beautiful, good food. Danny Ottens asked me, what's the best stamp to swap your koi? Any stamp. Of course, if there's nothing going on in the wintertime and they're all doing well, of course you're not going to swap, because you don't want to stress your koi when the temperature is too low. They cannot register all the input they're going to get, and it's more easy for them to get in shock. But if the behavior is not okay, then you need to swap, to make a swap, and you will easily find the parasites on a swap that's only 10 or even 5 degrees. You will still see them moving. So yeah, any temperature. If you just want to do it just to check, I would wait up to 10-12 degrees. Ruth's asking if I use a 55 watt UV, can it be too much of good for a pond that's that's 10 ton? No, it doesn't matter. You can use the 55 watt, no problem at all. Dennis is asking me, can you tell something a bit more about the food behavior in the pond? How to push it up, push the feeding amount up, how to do, and so your biological filter has the time to mature. How much is how big steps can you make? One day 100 gram, and then the next day 1 kilo. That's going to be it's going to be difficult. What I do, Dennis, first I choose the best koi food because there's a lot of koi food on the market that pollute your filter very much, and then it's difficult. But so I choose the right food, and then I'm gonna first see. For example, we had the starting up series, and there's one episode coming really soon, where I feed already ½ kilo a day, but the water value are 0, 0, 0. I don't like that. I like it if it's a bit higher, so I'm pushing up to the filter capacity, the bacteria capacity. You can have the biggest filter in the world, but if there are no bacteria in there, you will still have shitty water. So you have to find out. So I cannot say, oh, you can adjust first 100 gram, then you go up with 50. I cannot say that, because you need to measure. You need to see where is your limit of your pond, of your filtration, the bacteria in your filtration system. So what I'll do is first I have the really just when we start up, just a few just like if the normal in the summer is 1 kilo going in, then at this moment maybe 60 gram is going in. After 2-3 days of feeding only 60 gram, sorry, I will check with the testers. If no, the values are going up and going down again, I can start feeding a bit more. And then I'm going to test. I'm going to see, okay, what's happening if I, let's say, put half extra, so 50% extra. And then you can see the in the evening, if you feed it in that morning, you can easily see it. After a few hours, you can already see, oh, this is maybe too much. So you test. You have to test your water to see what your filter is capable of. And if it's too high, just go a bit low, and you will see a bit less food, and you will see if it's really helping. Also test the water, what's coming out of your filtration system. If your nitrate on the Hanameter is, for example, 20, and coming out from the filter system 10, then you know, okay, this is going to be okay, because it's already getting lower from the filtration system, and you don't have to worry that much. If it's going to be the same or even higher, then really stop feeding a bit more and then go up again. Dan is saying, could the flashing after the feeding just be the gill irritated by the food particles? Normally it's not that case, because then you would think, okay, then every koi, all koi pond should have that. So there must be, it can be that, but that's because someone else is also in their gills. So the gills are not 100%, and then they're going to do that. Normally they just, like cough or open their gills, they flush their gills, and that's it. If they're scratching, it's something else. It's something else. Ciao from Italy. Paul. Buonasera. DJ Simi asked me, what do you think about the NVN Koi app? I have to be honest, I don't have the app at this moment. But I think it's the app where they also say, okay, you have to put in this amount of koi, or this is your koi, this amount of food you can put in, and this is the temperature, so you have to feed them this and this percentage of the body weight. If it's automatic, it's always tricky, because especially when it's a general app, the app cannot see how your filtration system is working at the moment. So you have to check your water values, and then you can say, okay, they say maximum if you use 2% of body weight. It depends also on the size of the koi, and there's a lot of difference in the size of koi and the body, the percentage of the body weight. For example, when a koi is 45 centimeters, 2% of the body weight, sometimes 3% of the body weight is okay to feed. Give the amount of food to the koi. If a koi is 85 centimeters, then if you feed them 2% of the body weight, they're not going to stay alive or keep in one piece. So they get really big stomach problems, So a koi of 85 centimeters need about 0.3%. It's really less comparing to their body weight. If you go up to 0.4, you already have a big problem with the stomach. They get really problems with their stomach. So that kind of kind of information, it's really difficult to put it in an app like this. But it's really, I like that kind of apps, and you have also another computer system where you can put it in and you have a general feeling or a general idea of what you could or what you should feed them. But it's really, you really need to think about what is really happening in the pond. How are they doing? What is the it's really how is the filtration system working at the moment. If you use the micro mineral, for example, you can push it up, especially with the smaller koi, up to, let's say, 70, 75. You can push it up easily, the amount of food, when you use that. So yeah, you cannot put that in an app like that. If sometimes, so the danger about those apps is that, yeah, I get people in here and they say, yeah, my app is saying I can feed my koi 150 gram per day, and then if I measure the water, I think no, you cannot, because it's really terrible. Or it's other way, you can easily get a bit more advantage, more growth if you feed a bit more. But they're like, okay, this is what the app says, this is it. And it's really not like that. We have those XXL tanks over there, 3, and they need, all 3 of them need different way of feeding, amount of food, about the same filtration system, but you still have to see. I cannot say, oh, this is half a kilo, this one is also half a kilo, because it's really big difference in water quality. Okay. So it's not particular, don't get me wrong, not particular about the NVN app. It's about any, without really measuring your koi the water quality, it's really difficult to say, oh, you can feed this amount of food to your koi. Paul is saying, ciao. Still wet and cold in central Italy. Water 14 to 18 degrees. I think a lot of people are really jealous here in Holland, because some ponds are maybe 10 degrees and maybe after tonight a bit less. Tonight it's going to be -1 in Holland. Also a bit wet already, a lot of rain. So yeah, it's a slow start of the season. Also in Italy, also in Greece, but 18 degrees would be heaven here at the moment. There's a recent video in Japanese subtitles in English with Kentaro-san at Sakai showing how they keep and feed their 90 to 100 centimeter champions. Very interesting. Exactly. I saw that movie also maybe a few days ago. Kentaro-san, his father is really like friends with Sakai, so you can see the information Sakai is giving to Kentaro is really really open, and it's really nice to see the video. It's not possible for anyone from out of Japan to get the same really easygoing skills, and in that video, that's also what you could hear from my saying about the 0.3% and the difference between 0.3 and 0.4. Sakai is also saying the koi get a really big problems with their stomach. Sakai is also the one that changes the water temperature, so he has like, they don't grow when it's really warm, so they don't grow when it's 24 degrees. But when they get a colder period, just a week, they will grow in that week a lot. And you have to go up to build up the energy, and then get them time, get the digestive system, get some rest, and then the koi will grow again, get his centimeters. He has about 8 or 10 koi in 80 ton pond, and then really there's like submarines, so big koi. It's really nice. I will put this link in the information of this video later on. It's really nice video, and I think it's worth watching. Yeah, you need. That's the short answer. DJ says, yeah, thank you. I like the app, but you are right. You need to work with the. It's like a traffic light. If there's a really big street where there's a traffic light, and when you're walking and it says it turns green, still you're going to see if there's a car coming, maybe it crosses red or anything, and you will get hit. So you still use your common sense, and that's also with the app. It's good to see what's happening, or it's good to follow, but you need to keep your head thinking. Paul says, I think ponds at Sakai are all 12 by 3.5 by 1.6 meter. Yeah, not all ponds are 12. He has also other koi houses, but in that koi house, they're all about that same size. Yeah, and they're really saying at that moment 1.6 meters deep, not deeper, because that's not good for their for the pressure on the head. Yeah, here is also 1.60 meter. But yeah, of course, many ponds are deeper, and some mud ponds are deeper. But in a mud pond, they can choose. There is a deepest point, maybe 3-4 meters even, but you will almost never find a koi that deep. So they will always be on the more shallow part of the pond. If you have a pond that is 2 meters deep, if you can make like a place where they can rest on 1.50 meter or 1 meter, that would be really good. Yeah, that is my dream size pond. Yeah, it's also a really nice size of pond, but you have to have that is really. I was saying that also during one of the koi hunt movies. As a hobbyist, one size koi in one pond, most hobbyists don't have the luxury or don't have that situation. They have like, a few big ones, a few smaller ones, maybe a few tosai even in one tank. So it's so much different than Sakai is treating his koi. You have to find a way where you can feed the koi that are 45 centimeters, but also find a way to feed your koi that is maybe 85 centimeters or 90 centimeters. So it's difficult, and so there's a difference between the professional breeder that has only 8 or 10 or 12 koi in an 80-ton pond than someone like you and me, where we have to mix smaller and bigger koi. But of course, maybe in the future, one of the tanks will be only one size koi. Marike says, last weekend at the BKS, there were really good koi. Yeah, there were a lot of top koi swimming around. Yeah. I didn't visit because last weekend was really busy in the koi shop, of course, and the Sunday we were also busy with the koi shop, but not with the customers. Because we have a lot of administration to do and anything. But I saw and I heard from other people, yeah, there are some beautiful koi in there. Yeah, so it was, I think it's successful. It's good. I like when there are, a country needs at least one koi show to be keeping up with the rest of the countries in Europe, for example. To have yeah, it's good. A koi show is good because people meet each other at that point. People can join. They want to keep their quality of koi up, going up. So high level. So I like when every country has at least one koi show. Indonesia, if I'm right, is that Indonesia? I think so. Has about 42 koi shows. I had a talk with Kiksan from Samurai, Samurai Koi. He was saying, "Oh, this is too much. 42 koi show in 1 year. So almost every weekend, apart from Christmas and all those, he had a koi show coming up. So, but that's maybe a bit too much of to be good, but for yeah, Holland has now 4, 5, 6 koi shows. Germany has one, I think, and now Belgium also has one koi show, and they already had a koi show like that, but it's good. It was there again. Paul is saying, my pond is 8 by 5, but the next one will be longer and narrower. What do you think? Yeah, 8 by 5 is also a really beautiful pond, but it's we had quite a wide pond. It's difficult to get the current okay. It's difficult to net the fish. It's more difficult to net the fish than with 3.5 meters. We have 3.5 by 6.5, 160. Yeah, I like the 3.5. I like a lot, and a bit longer would be really good. But we don't have the space here. But yeah, next time a bit narrow is, I think, a good thing to do. Peter van den Broek says, I read that some people used every week super tap in the pond. Why do they do that? Super tap is super taps is like a really it's like an oxidator, but it's not that high. It's not like ozone. It's not that tough as ozone, but it's yeah. The oxidation level in your pond is going to get a bit up, and it will clean the pipelines. It will get the bacteria amount in your pond a bit lower. So if you have problems with bacterial infections like that, it's good. Your water is getting a bit more clear. So yeah, it's harmless. Of course, it depends on the dose, but it's harmless. So you can do it every week, just to keep the amount of bacteria a bit low. So the bacteria that make whole disease like that, if you keep that count low, the chance of having koi with damage, with ulcers, it's much less. But we don't use it every week, but I know some people do. Angelo, what is it? One moment. Anton is asking, when are you going to the monastery? I hope in about 2 weeks after the shipment. Then we're going to ship a lot of koi to there, so maybe 3 weeks. Can you do a short trip to the store, show some fish? You can, but it's already late. One moment. 5 meter wide is difficult to cover in the winter. Yes. As it snows here, it has to be pitch cover. Yeah, so it's difficult, more difficult. And Ronald is asking, at what temperature? After this, we can go have a quick look. I hope the lights are still on at the XXL tank. Which temperature or period is the season for the spawning for the fish? It's going to be, depends on the weather. I think it's going to be a bit later, but normally somewhere in June. That would be the best period to get for the spawning in a natural pond. If you want to calculate it on the day, it's easy to do. If the pond, if you don't have a heated pond all the way the winter through a heated pond, but if you have just a normal pond outside and the temperature of the pond is getting above 10 degrees or starting from 10 degrees, you're going to put the temperature add the temperature every day. So let's say today 10 degrees, tomorrow 10.1 degrees. So that is 10 plus 10.1 is 20.1 degrees. And every day you add the temperature. So you write it down, 20 more, so 60, 20, 10 more, so there's 30.1, so more. If you reach 1,000 degrees, that day is a big chance your koi will spawn. That's easy to do and really nice to see how accurate that is. I think the camera is ready. Camera is ready, Merlin says. So let's have a look. I think one of the lights are not on, but we can at least see the right side of the XXL tank. And after that, we're gonna do the giveaway. These are Marujo koi, doing really well. This is the growing tank. We have some Momotaro koi. No. Sakai, I think. Also Momotaro koi in here. They're a bit, they're not used to get food now because they have it from the feeding machine. Doing really well. Some golden corn are in here. And yeah, also doing really well. And we have in this side we have some nice koi swimming around. And yeah, we had a first selection for the koi show already today, and we have such a nice Beni Kumario at the moment. We can show on the koi show. Yeah, fish are doing really well, really healthy. Water is getting even more clear. They're all doing really well. I'm happy how it goes this year. That's also has to do with the new tanks. So now this side is dark. I cannot, if I get the light on at this moment, it will, yeah, koi will be in stress, so I won't do that. But what I can do is put some food in. Maybe they gonna come. No, cannot see anything. It's dark, but they're also doing really, really well. So let's do the lottery. We have a nice Saki Kari mock, and I have one action figure. For the lottery. This is already dark, but next time I have some more time to do, because there's so many things about koi at the. There's going to be next time I can tell you much more about the koi trip, the Azukari project, and also for people outside of Holland. We have the Azukari project, Koi Cave MUDPOND Games. That's an event on the 28th of May, where we present a lot of koi for Azukari at the breeder themselves. We do this already 15 years at least, maybe no longer. And yeah, it's going to be an event. Shigeyoshi Tanaka is going to come here, and yeah, we're going to have a really nice weekend. And especially that Sunday, it's going to be the launching of the site with all the koi for the Azukari project. It's going to be a big event. Yeah, now we're gonna. Oh, there's also the. Okay, I'm gonna give away this mug from the Saki Kari, and this action figure I got from the Pokemon. It's not Pokemon, but from the Pokemon store in Japan. I bought it and brought it for the lottery. So that's like a coming back present. I need to go to the Nightbot, then refresh. Oh no, maybe it's. I need to refresh. Yeah, now refresh. Now, guys, you have to put in Koi TV, Koi House, whatever you want, because then the Nightbot will see you here in the lottery, and I can see Albert is there again, and it has like a delay, so I keep talking, and then after a while I will push the button for the giveaway. Yeah, so it's going to be a really nice event. I hope so many people will come to our shop. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to see each other again. It's an event where Shigeyoshi can tell you anything he knows. You can ask him on demand. I mean, he's walking around. You can talk with him. He can help you looking for the right koi of your what you want with the koi for the future. He always tells things. I think, okay, this is new for me. So, with other words, you can learn a lot from a breeder like Shigeyoshi Tanaka, and yeah, it's going to be a really nice event with so many different breeders. Yeah, we cannot wait for that. There's also some breeders, some dealers from Japan that are also joining. So we're having a lot. We're looking forward to this event. Okay, let's start with the mock, of course. This mock is going to go to Leonard Cornelissen. I think Leonard's going to come quite soon to our shop. So this is here, Leonard. And the action figure goes to 3, 2, 1. René Pond. Now, René, you can play with your action figure. Thank you very much. Congratulations. I hope you will be here or maybe we have to send you something still, I can put it in the package like that. If you're not a subscriber yet, please subscribe to our channel. Please put your thumb up for this episode. That also means a lot to us, and hope to see you next week. I'm not in Japan, so next week 9:15 we will be here again. It's good to see not only Dutch people are here, but also people from Italy, from England, from now everywhere. So it's good to see you all, and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.